Hello, Mount Airy, and welcome to another edition of I Heart Mount Airy May 2021.
Hey, Mount Airy.
Hello, everybody.
So today we have plenty of town updates to share with everyone. First, we have the 2023 master plan is underway. We are hosting Zoom webinars the first Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. If you would like any information or have any questions or comments, please feel free to email 2023 masterplan at mountairymd.gov. For more information, you can find stuff about our master plan from the past or future on our website, mountairymd.gov/masterplan.
Hey, Mount Airy.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, do you want to give us an update?
I do. We have money still in our business relief loan program. Around $10,000 is still available. Please reach out to me if you are interested or thinking you may qualify. It's for COVID financial assistance. There is a website with more information, mountairymd.gov/loan. And we've already gotten 2 businesses taking advantage of this program. The funds do expire June 5th. So we're looking for applications by Saturday, June 5th. And honestly, just give me a call at the office and we can get you set up with what it takes to file for this loan.
Technical difficulties. We still have our facade improvement update here.
Yeah, we're also excited to announce that I've been announcing it at every show, it feels like. We still have an additional $50,000 from the state of Maryland's Department of Housing and Community Development. So we'll be able to honor up to 50% of the total costs of facade improvement projects for our commercial sustainable community area, which includes downtown Mount Airy. Also talk to me for information about what's eligible and not eligible. It's a very simple program, actually, and shouldn't feel, overwhelmed by any of these papers. We can help through step by step.
Yeah, you're a great resource, Melissa, for those businesses wanting to apply for that. We also have, I should have put a slide in here, Town Hall as of this Monday is back open to the public, and also returning are the mayor meetings. Saturday, June 5th at 11 a.m., Mayor Pat will be at the new Simpson Bakerbolas Park. He's welcoming anyone to come, including council members that might want to have a chat with the mayor, let them know what their thoughts are or any concerns. So June 5th, 11 a.m. at our new pop-up park. I stopped in and saw Chewy last week. We were talking about car show with Celebrate Mount Airy at the end of August, and he reminded me to remind all of you that there's Cars and Coffee downtown Mount Airy at the municipal lot. This is the 2nd and 4th Sunday of every month from 8 a.m. to 11. They have coffee and they have breakfast items from Conchetta's. He says he has a lot of folks that come out and some really cool cars. So if you're looking for something to do, you're an early riser, this is definitely something fun to hit on Sunday mornings. Again, that's the 2nd and the 4th Sunday of every month. This month, we also had town elections. So our 2001 election results are listed here. I wanted to make sure if anyone didn't kind of see that in the newspaper otherwise, if they could know that we do have 2 new council people. We have Stephen Demoter, who was actually on iHeart, what was that, 3 months ago or 4 months?
Yeah.
And Lynn Galletti, who has been on Streets and Roads as a commission member for quite some time, and now she has stepped up to be on council. So it's exciting to have new faces in town hall, and I welcome them both to this great council. So fun election.
It was an exciting one.
It was. We also have the winners of the contest that if I were mayor. So every year we usually go out to our local elementary schools, and I think it's their 4th grade class. Is that correct?
It is, yeah. Mhm.
It's one of our favorite events to do, and the mayor and council, sometimes police chief Ritz is gone, and we, ask the students, there's an assembly about, government and local government, and we give them an overview of the town, and it's just a really fun day, and it gets them energized in local government. So now we have winners, and Mount Airy actually has quite a few. Look at that. We got Twin Ridge, and we have Mount Airy Elementary represented.
That's awesome. And this year we had to do it virtually. So it's great that they still participated, even though the mayor and council weren't able to visit them in person. We set up a little video so they would know what the requirements were for the contest, and so great that they were recognized for their efforts.
I will be sending Carter, Cameron, and Cassie a little trinket from us at Town Hall to congratulate them on winning. So if you guys are watching, I'll be sending you something.
It was a good year to have a C name.
We also have coming up next Wednesday, I am so excited for this, our local farmers market will be back in downtown. So this will be hosted in our rail yard. It runs 3 to 7, June through September. Lots of local farmers, crafts, all kinds of stuff. I think we're up to 19 or 20 vendors this year. So it's definitely something to stop by and check out. I know I'm picking strawberries at home, so I'm excited to see what's at the market next week.
Yeah, next week. It starts already. First sign of summer. Looking forward to that.
I can't believe we're at summer. We went from like winter to summer, no spring.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's incredible. And there's always different guest vendors every week usually. So make sure you stop by each week to see. There's probably going to be a little something different each time. And also, actually, want to mention the caboose should be open, or at least the Mount Airy Museum during the farmers market as well. So it's normally only open on Saturdays and Sundays, but every Wednesday starting in June, you can get in.
If you haven't made it in the Historical Society, it's a great exhibit, and they're always updating. So highly recommend. It's cool. So this was really neat. I should have done an intro before I went into the video, but last week we actually hosted at the Bakerbolas Pop-Up Park a 8th grade class dance. So it was so much fun to see that they had over 200 students that were able to safely gather, get back to normal, enjoy one of our public parks, and just have a great time. We've had a lot of feedback to the town that they had a blast and that they absolutely loved the park. So there's another sign of summer. We're having dances outside under the stars.
Sweet.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? It was so great to see, and the coordinators from the PTA were awesome. Definitely some rock star parents there that pulled that together for the kids. So huge thank you and shout out to them. We also have an exciting guest this month. We actually have sustainability, one of our local commissions, Dawn from Sustainability, interviewing Motor Week about EV technology. Motor Week was actually out in Watkins Park, I want to say a month or 2 ago, filming a spot for their show using our chargers. And that kind of spurred us as a town to reach out to them and see what their thoughts are on EV technology and the future of EVs. So enjoy, and thank you so much to Dawn for helping us put this together. Thank you for joining us today. We have John Davis of Motor Week on MPT, and we have Don Morgan Neary from our Sustainability Commission, who is going to be interviewing John about some EV new updates and information. So thank you so much.
Oh, I'm delighted to be with you. Thanks for asking.
And we're really happy to have you here. John is the creator, senior producer, and host of Motor Week, which airs on PBS stations across the nation, but is produced locally, luckily for us, by Maryland Public Television. Motor Week is a reliable source of automotive news and product reviews on TV and online. It's in its 40th year.
Correct.
Happy anniversary. That's amazing.
Thank you.
In the TV world. Of course, it's the recipient of dozens of automotive journalism awards. So we're just really happy to have you here. Mount Airy, for the small town that it is, we're very excited about electric vehicles.
I've read quite a bit about what your town is doing. I mean, I suppose we can say we're in Carroll County, Maryland. I live in Carroll County, so Mount Airy is just a stone's throw down the road for me. And it's one of the most beautiful, yet also obviously progressive small towns in our state. And I'm delighted to hear that you're moving forward on putting in some badly needed electrical infrastructure for what we call the electrification of the automobile, which means not just pure electric cars, but anything that's got a plug. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Can we back up just a little bit and tell us how you got started all those years ago with the show?
Keep this short. Back in the 70s, I was hired by Maryland Public Television to produce their long-running financial series, Wall Street Week. And after a promotion, my boss said, let's see what you can do on your own. There had not been an automotive television series developed yet. I was a mechanical engineer. I had tinkered with cars my whole, teenage years. So we put together a show. It sat on the shelf for a few years. And in 1981, we got the go ahead. And we went on thinking it would be something fun to do for 4 or 5 years. And here we are 40 years later and still having fun testing cars and just talking about them. And in our show, we have a saying that the stars are the cars. Cars are the stars. Get it right, John. And that was true 40 years ago and is true today.
When did you start to see the trend of electric cars?
Well, it's very interesting because back even in the 80s, there were some cobbled together electric vehicles that were on the road. And of course, GM's famous experiment, the EV1. But really, I think was probably about, well, after the Prius became popular and Toyota turned it around and did their first plug-in Prius, momentum started, but I have to say that it didn't pick up until the Volkswagen Dieselgate scandal. After that, and Volkswagen saying, we're basically going to transform our company into an electric car company. And coincidentally, you also had the rise of Tesla at that time. Those two instances, so only going back, 5, 6, 7 years before it really looked like this was going to be the new trend. And it's come along pretty fast. I think it's very important for small towns to basically put in charging structure and advertise it in any way you can in tourism websites that you are equipped. If folks come to your town to shop, to eat, or whatever, that there is an infrastructure there, and that will make them put those cities high on their list. And I think it's particularly important for smaller towns like Mount Airy.
I'm someone who pays close attention to the credits. So I noticed at the end of Motor Week that there's an old dragway that you guys sometimes do your test drives at. Could you talk about that?
Well, since really the late 80s, we've been doing most of our testing at 7580 Dragaway, as it used to be called, in Monrovia. And only now, the track has been closed as a public track for a few years, but only now has it been getting ready to, it's going to be redeveloped. So only now are we transitioning to another track up in Boonesboro, Maryland. But our home has been at 7580 which I'm sure everyone that grew up in Mount Airy in the last 40 years probably knows about. It's only now that we're having to move away from there, and it wasn't our choice. Just progress and building is finally going to take over that land in and around the structure. The gentleman that owns the track, Mr. Wilkham, has been very generous to us over the years, and it's been our home for a long time. So we're still using it, but it's probably not going to be for too much longer.
Anything I didn't ask about, John, that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I do think that the ideal electric vehicle for me would be something that we call a plug-in hybrid, which has a small electric, a sizable battery, an electric motor, and a small gasoline or diesel engine that acts as a generator to keep that battery charged. But the push right now and for the foreseeable future is going to be on pure electric vehicles, and they're coming. The time frame may be stretched out, but it's going to happen.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Slowly but surely.
I think it's going to come faster than most people. It's already coming faster than I expected. And I think towns like Mount Airy that have had foresight will do well. Can I ask what kind of chargers, as far as are they, there's basically you have type 1, type 2, type 3. Are they putting in downtown in the major retail area type 2 chargers or what? Or do you know?
We currently have the old style of charger. I'm not sure if that'd be a 1 or 2, but we had it about 5 years ago. I know it did Volts and Teslas to begin with. And we just had new charging stations, which I think are the superchargers that are in the municipal lot. And then our Watkins Park also has superchargers, and we're negotiating to add the next phase of chargers to Watkins Park right now.
That's extremely impressive because most municipalities have only been putting in what they call level 2 chargers, which is basically 240 volts, equivalent to what you're running your dryer off of at home. But the type 3 fast chargers or superchargers, that's what you need to attract the tourism travel. One of the big problems, of course, is that Tesla uses its own unique plug, being Tesla. But fortunately, you can buy adapters for everybody else. So even if you put in the Tesla chargers, other people might be able to use it, but there are some issues there. I would assume what you're putting in is the regular level 3 that most vehicles can use.
Correct. And we are planning, actually pre-COVID, the town had geared up for an EV event for the town, and we were going to team up with partners from EV vehicle companies, the charging companies, utilities, basically everybody we could in that space, to hold a fair in the municipal lot so people could ask questions, get information,
Excellent.
and bring that visibility. But we literally were going to do that at the end of March, and everything shut down. So now we're gearing up to do that maybe this year in fall or possibly next spring.
Are you working with anyone at the state level, or have you ever heard of the Clean Cities Coalition, which is part of the Department of Energy?
I have not, but now I'm going to have to look that up.
Okay. You need to get in touch at the state of Maryland level with the state of Maryland. Look up Clean Cities, plural, .gov. I'm sure that's right. Bear with me a second. Because they can help you.
That would be great. Anytime the town can team up, we're always up to that. That we are a sustainable community, so we do have that certification, and that's kind of what speared the EV evolution to the town.
If you will simply Google Clean Cities, it will take you to the government site. All of the coalitions, and they're all over the country, are listed, and their job and what you're paying your taxpayer dollars for is to get assistance in setting up those kinds of events, in addition to applying for grants, for having chargers installed, and all sorts of things. It's an organization that we have been involved with for over 15 years. We've done more video about alternative fuel vehicles than everybody else in the world combined, probably. And Clean Cities might be able to give you some guidance or help or connections, but it's a national organization operated by the U.S. Department of Energy, and they're there to help. I think you'll find Maryland has a Clean Cities Coalition, and I think you'll be able, and you could even probably Google that, Maryland Clean Cities Coalition, and you should be able to help. They do all sorts of things, they bring partners together, like a trucking company that, and you're in a town that wants to go electric, they'll put them together with a manufacturer and try and get them to work together. But they are a source for grants and so forth. And I'm sure whoever writes your grants in Mount Airy must be aware of grants for electrical charging stations.
Yes, we have received some funds, but that's always a great resource to find more.
Yeah, these folks, this is what they do 24/7. They've been around for almost, well, for over 15 years. We've been involved with them since 2002. So that's almost going on. We're getting close to 20 years.
Wow. So if we do that EV event, do you think Motor Week would want to come out and join us?
It would be something I would do personally if I'm around. I'll certainly, let me know the dates and we'll see.
Okay, perfect. We'd love to have you.
Good.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, John. And we'll definitely be in touch with our EV growth and possibilities. And thank you, Don, for interviewing today and representing the Town Sustainability Commission. If anybody would like to join our Sustainability Commission, we meet every odd month, the third Wednesday at 7. Right now, those meetings are via Zoom, and in the future, we'll be back to in-person. So everyone have a great afternoon and join us next month on iHeart.
What a great interview.